To the millions of refugees in the world, may you each find a home. Part 1, Saigon. 1975, Year of the Cat. Today is Thet, the first day of the lunar calendar. Every Thet, we eat sugary lotus seeds and glutinous rice cakes. We wear all new clothes, even underneath. Mother warns how we act today foretells the whole year. Everyone must smile, no matter how we feel. No one can sweep, for why sweep away hope? No one can splash water, for why splash away joy? Today, we all gain 1 year in age, no matter the date we were born. That, our New Year's, doubles as everyone's birthday. Now I am 10, learning to embroider circular stitches, to calculate fractions into percentages, to nurse my papaya tree to bear many fruits. But last night I pouted when Mother insisted one of my brothers must rise first this morning to bless our house because only male feet can bring luck. An old, angry knot expanded in my throat. I decided to wake before dawn and tap my big toe to the tile floor first. Not even Mother, sleeping beside me, knew. February 11, Thet. Inside Out. Every New Year, Mother visits the I Ching teller of fate. This year, he predicts our lives will twist inside out. Maybe soldiers will no longer patrol our neighborhood. Maybe I can jump rope after dark. Maybe the whistles that tell Mother to push us under the bed will stop screeching. But I heard on the playground this year's banh chung, eaten only during Thet, will be smeared in blood. The war is coming closer to home. February 12. Kim Ha. My name is Ha. Brother Kwang remembers I was as red and fat as a baby hippopotamus when he first saw me, inspiring the name Ha Ma, river horse. Brother Vu screams, Ha Ya! It makes me jump every time he breaks wood or breaks an imitation of Bruce Lee. Brother Choi calls me Mother's tail because I'm always 3 steps from her. I can't make my brothers go live elsewhere, but I can hide their sandals. We each have but 1 pair, much needed during this dry season when the earth stings. Mother tells me to ignore my brothers. We named you Kim Ha, after the golden Kim River Ha, where Father and I once strolled in the evenings. My parents had no idea that 3 older brothers can do to the simple name Ha. Mother tells me, they tease you because they adore you. She's wrong, but I still love being near her even more than I love my papaya tree. I will offer her its first fruit every day. Papaya tree. It grew from a seed I flicked into the back garden, a seed like a fish eye, slippery, shiny, black. The tree has grown twice as tall as I stand on tippy toes. Brother Choi spotted the first white blossom. 4 years older, he can see higher. Brother Vu later found a baby papaya the size of a fist clinging to the trunk. At 18, he can see that much higher. Brother Kwang is oldest, 21, and studying engineering. Who knows what he will notice before me? I vow to rise first every morning to stare at the dew on the green fruit shaped like a light bulb. I will be the first to witness its ripening, mid-February. Titi waves goodbye. My best friend Titi is crying hard, snotting the hem of her pink fluffy blouse. Her 2 brothers also are sniffling inside their car packed to the roof with suitcases. Titi shoves into my hand a tin of flower seeds we gathered last fall. We hope to plant them together. She waves from the back window of the rabbit-shaped car. Her tears mix with long strands of hair, long hair I wish I had. I would still be standing there crying and waving to nothing if Brother Choi hadn't come to take my hand. They're heading to Vung Tau, he says, where the rich go to flee Vietnam on cruise ships. I'm glad we've become poor so we can stay. Early March. Missing in action. Father left home on a Navy mission on this day 9 years ago when I was almost 1. He was captured on Route 1, an hour south of the city, by moped. That's all we know. This day, Mother prepares an altar to chant for his return, offering fruit, incense, tuberoses, and glutinous rice. She displays his portrait taken during Thet, the year he disappeared. How peaceful he looks, smiling peacock tails at the corners of his eyes. Each of us bows and wishes and hopes and prays. Everything on the altar remains for the day except the portrait. Mother locks it away as soon as her chant ends. She cannot bear to look into Father's forever young eyes. March 10th. Mother's Days. On weekdays, Mother's a secretary in a Navy office trusted to count out salaries and cash at the end of each month. At night, she stays up late designing and cutting baby clothes to give to seamstresses. A few years ago, she made enough money to consider buying a car. On weekends, she takes me to market stalls, dropping off the clothes and trying to collect on last week's goods. Hardly anyone buys anymore, she says. People can barely afford food. Still, she continues to try. March 15. Eggs. Brother Choi is mad at Mother for taking his hen's eggs. The hen gives one egg every day and a half. We take turns eating them. Brother Choi refuses to eat his, putting each under a lamp in hopes of a chick. I should side with my most tolerable brother, but I love a soft yolk to dip bread. Mother says if the price of eggs were not the price of rice, and the price of rice were not the price of petrol, and the price of petrol were not the price of gold, then of course Brother Choi could continue hatching eggs. She's sorry. March 17. Current news. Every Friday in Miss Sin's class, we talk about current news. But when we keep talking about how close the communists have gotten to Saigon, how much prices have gone up since American soldiers left, how many distant bombs were heard the previous night, Miss Sin finally says no more. From now on, Fridays will be for happy news. No one has anything to say. March 21. Feel smart. This year I have afternoon classes plus Saturdays. We attend in shifts so everyone can fit into school. Mornings free, Mother trusts me to shop at the open market. Last September, she would give me 50 dong to buy 100 grams of pork, a bunch of water spinach, 5 cubes of tofu. But I told no one I was buying 99 grams of pork, 7/8 of a bunch of spinach, 4 3/4 cubes of tofu. Merchants frowned at Mother's strange instructions. The money saved bought a pouch of toasted coconut, 1 sugary fried dough, 2 crunchy mung bean biscuits. Now it takes 200 dong to buy the same things. I still buy less pork, allowing myself just the fried dough. No one knows, and I feel smart. Late March. 2 more papayas. I see them first. 2 green thumbs that will grow into orange-yellow delights smelling of summer. Middle sweet between a mango and a pear. Soft as a yam gliding down after 3 easy, thrilling chews. April 5th. Unknown Father. I don't know any more about Father than the small things Mother lets slip. He loves stewed eels, pâté chaude pastries, and of course his children. So much that he grew teary watching us sleep. He hated the afternoon sun, the color brown, and cold rice. Brother Quang remembers Father often said "tiot sut," the Vietnamese way to pronounce the French phrase tout de suite, meaning right away. Mother would laugh when Father followed her around the kitchen repeating, "I'm starved for stewed eel. Tout sweet, tout sweet." Sometimes I whisper "tout sweet" to myself to pretend I know him. I would never say "tout sweet" in front of Mother. None of us would want to make her sadder than she already is. Every day. TV news. Brother Kwong races home from class, throws down his bicycle, exhausted, no longer able to afford petrol for his moped. "Unbelievable," he screams and turns on the TV. A pilot for South Vietnam bombed the presidential palace in the city that afternoon. Afterward, the pilot flew north and received a medal. The news says the pilot has been a spy for the communists for years. Communists captured Father, so why would any pilot choose their side? Brother Kwong says one cannot justify war unless each side flaunts its own blind conviction. Since starting university, he shows off even more with tangled words. I start to say so, but Mother pats my hand, her signal for me to calm down. April 8th. Birthday. I, the youngest, get to celebrate my actual birthday even though I turned a year older like everyone else at that. I, the only daughter, usually get roasted chicken, dried bamboo soup, and all-I-can-eat pudding. This year, Mother manages only banana tapioca and my favorite black sesame sweet. She makes up for it by allowing one wish. I dye my mouth sugary black and insist on stories. It's not easy to persuade Mother to tell of her girlhood in the north, where her grandmother's land stretched farther than doves could fly, where looking pretty and writing poetry were her only duties. She was promised a father at 5. They married at 16, earlier than expected. Everyone's future changed upon learning the name Ho Chi Minh. Change meant land was taken away. Houses now belong to the state. Servants gained power as fighters. The country divided in half. Mother and father came south, convinced it would be easier to breathe away from communism. Her father was to follow, but he was waiting for his son, who was waiting for his wife, who was waiting to deliver a child in its last week in her belly. The same week, North and South closed their doors. No more migration, no more letters, no more family. At this point, Mother closes her eyes, eyes that resemble no one else's, sunken and deep like Westerners, yet almond-shaped like ours. I always wish for her eyes, but Mother says no. Eyes like hers can't help but carry sadness. Even as a child, her parents were alarmed by the weight in her eyes. I want to hear more, but nothing, not even my pouts, can make Mother open her eyes and tell more. April 10. Birthday wishes. Wishes I keep to myself. Wish I could do what boys do and let the sun darken my skin and scars gird my knees. Wish I could let my hair grow, but Mother says the shorter the better to beat Saigon's heat and lice. Wish I could lose my chubby cheeks. Wish I could stay calm no matter what my brothers say. Wish Mother would stop chiding me to stay calm, which makes it worse. Wish I had a sister to jump rope with and sew doll clothes and hug for warmth in the middle of the night. Wish Father would come home so I can stop daydreaming that he will appear in my classroom in a white navy uniform and extend his hand toward me for all my classmates to see. Mostly I wish Father would appear in our doorway and make Mother's lips curl upward, lifting them from a permanent frown of worries. April 10, night. A day in the city. Every spring, President Thanhha holds a long ceremony to comfort war wives. Mother and I go because after President Thanhha's talk of winning the war, of democracy, of our father's bravery, each family gets 5 kilos of sugar, 10 kilos of rice, and a small jug of vegetable oil. Inside the rickshaw, Mother crosses her legs so I can fit beside her. The breeze still cool, we bounce across the bridge shaped like a crescent moon where I'm not to go by myself. Mother smells of lavender and warmth. She's so beautiful, even if her cheeks are too hollow, her mouth too dark with worries. Despite warnings, I still want her sunken eyes. Before I see it, I hear the city thick with beeps, shouts, police whistles. Everywhere, mopeds and bicycles race down the wide road, moving out of the way only when a truck honks and mows straight down the middle of the lane. We get out in front of an open market. We push our way to a Bon Quan stand. I love watching the spread of rice flour on cloth, stretched over a steaming pot. Like magic, a crepe forms to be filled with shrimp and eaten with cucumber and bean sprouts. It tastes even better than it looks. While my mouth is full, the noises in the market silence themselves, letting me and my Bon Quan float. We squeeze ourselves out of the market toward the presidential palace. We stand in line for even longer. We sit on hot metal benches facing the podium. My white cotton hat and Mother's flowery umbrella are nothing against the afternoon sun shooting rays into my short hair. I'm dizzy and thirsty. The fish sauce in the Bon Quan is very salty. Mother gives me a tamarind sweet. I have never been so thrilled to drink my saliva. Finally, President Thanhha appears, tan and sweaty. We know you have suffered. I thank you. Your country thanks you. Then he cries actual tears, unwiped, facing the cameras. Mother clicks her tongue. Tears of an ugly fish. I know that to mean fake tears of a crocodile. April 12. Twisting. Mother measures rice grains left in the bin, not enough to last till payday at the end of the month. Her brows twist like laundry being wrung dry. Yam and manioc taste lovely blended with rice, she says, and smiles as if I don't know how the poor fill their children's bellies. April 13. Closed too soon. A siren screams over Miss Sin's voice in the middle of a lesson on smiley and bald President Ford. We all know it's bad news. School's now closed. Everyone must go home a month too soon. I'm mad and pinch the girl who shares my desk. Tram is half my size, so skinny and nervous. Our mothers are friends. She will tell on me. She always tells on me. Mother will again scold me to be gentle. I need time to finish this riddle. A man usually rides his bike 9 kilometers per hour. Yet the wind slows him to 6.76 kilometers for 26 minutes and 5.55 kilometers for 10. How long until he gets home 11.54 kilometers away? The first to solve it gets the sweet potato plant sprouting at the window. I want to plant it beside my papaya tree where vines can climb, providing shade for ripening fruit. Today, again I pinch Tram, knowing the plant will be awarded today to the teacher's pet, who is always skinny and nervous and never me. April 14. Promises. 5 papayas, the size of my head, a knee, 2 elbows, and a thumb cling to the trunk, still green but promising. April 15. Bridge to the sea. Uncle's son, father's best friend, visits us. He's short, dark, and smiley, not tall, thin, and serious like father in photographs. Still, when classmates ask about my father, sometimes short and smiley come to mind before I can stop it. Uncle Son goes straight to the kitchen where the back door opens into an alley. Unbelievable luck. This door bypasses the Navy checkpoint and leads straight to the port. I will not risk fleeing with my children on a rickety boat. Would a Navy ship meet your approval? As if the Navy would abandon its country. There won't be a South Vietnam left to abandon. You really believe we can leave? When the time comes, this house is our bridge to the sea. April 16. Should we? Mother calls a family meeting. Ong Juan has sold leaves of gold to buy 12 airplane tickets. Ba Nam has a van ready to load 25 relatives toward the coast. Mother asks us, should we leave our home? Brother Kwang says, how can we scramble away like rats without honor, without dignity, when everyone must help rebuild the country? Brother Choi says, what if father comes home and finds his family gone? Brother Vu says, yes, we must go. Everyone knows he dreams of touching the same ground where Bruce Lee walked. Mother twists her brows. I've lived in the north. At first, not much will happen. Then suddenly Kwang will be asked to leave university. Ha will come home chanting the slogans of Ho Chi Minh, and Choi will be rewarded for reporting to his teacher everything we say in the house. Her brows twist so much we hush. April 17. Shh. Brother Choi shakes me before dawn. I follow him to the back garden. In his palm chirps a downy yellow fuzz just hatched. He presses his palm against my squeal. No matter what mother decides, we are not to leave. I must protect my chick, and you, your papayas. He holds out his pinky and stares until I extend mine and we hook. April 18. Quiet decision. Dinner time. I help mother peel sweet potatoes to stretch the rice. I start to chop off a potato's end as wide as a thumbnail, then decide to slice off only a sliver. I am proud of my ability to save, until I see tears in mother's deep eyes. You deserve to grow up where you don't worry about saving half a bite of sweet potato. April 19. Early monsoon. We pretend the monsoon has come early. In the distance, bombs explode like thunder, slashes light in the sky, gunfire falls like rain. Distant, yet within ears, within eyes. Not that far away after all. April 20th.